While it's not uncommon for a college's athletic program to garner fans that have an affinity for that particular institution, the United States Military Academy at West Point provides an exceptional connection and storied history that is unique to the bonds formed by those that choose to serve their country. More than half of the Army softball team has a family history in the armed forces, and that special past is a matchless fuel to the chemistry they play with on the field today.
I'm Patriot. My dad was in the Marine Corps for about 6 years. He never deployed, but he had a lot of tours in different countries for training purposes. And then I had 2 grandparents in the Army who are infantrymen.
I'm Alex Gaff. I'm a junior and I'm from Stevens Ranch, California. I have a great-grandfather who served in the Army around World War II, and then I have a cousin who enlisted in the Navy about 3 years ago.
My name is Tyler McKinney and I'm a freshman. I come from a very military-oriented family. My stepbrother is currently deployed to Djibouti right now in Africa. He's in the Army. My sister was in the National Guard and was deployed and did a tour in Afghanistan, as well as her husband did a tour in Iraq and Afghanistan. Actually, when my sister was deployed, 5 family members of mine were deployed at the same time. I had 2 cousins that did multiple tours in Afghanistan and Iraq. My father was in the Marine Corps. I say was, but he is a Marine because once a Marine, always a Marine. And his father was in the Navy during Vietnam, and my great-grandfather was also in the Army as a colonel. I'm SJ Versa. I'm a yearling here, which is a sophomore. I have a grandfather who was in the Air Force and was in Vietnam. And then I also have a stepdad who was in the Navy for a couple years.
I'm Britanna Roy. I'm a pitcher here at West Point and I'm finishing my 2nd year. I have some ties with the Army since both my biological parents are retired from it. My mom's been my main motivation for the Army, but the Army's given my family a chance to even exist, as it allowed my mom to come to America and become a citizen here, and that's where she met my father, and that's why I'm here today.
I'm Caroline Smith. I have a cousin who is in the Marines. He's not anymore. I had a cousin who is in the Army. He actually passed away from a motorcycle accident. And I have an uncle who was in the Navy and actually went to Vietnam.
My name's Kristen West. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm a plebe, which is also a freshman at the academy. I have a sister that goes to West Point. She's a yuck. She's 2 years older than me, but she went to the prep school, so she's only 1 grade above me, which is great, so I get an extra year with her. I have a cousin who was in the Army for a while, but I was very young, so it was never a big part of my life. My dad's dad was in the Army and in the war, but I unfortunately never got to meet him, so it was also not a huge part of my life. And then my mom's dad was in the Navy for the last 2 years of the war.
My grandfather actually, once he found out I was coming here, he was just stories on stories on stories, just about his basic training. He was actually in Vietnam, so he shared a lot of experiences about that.
It's just the basics with my family. The entire family has been enlisted. For my dad's side, I had a sergeant major as my grandpa. All Army. I think the biggest change is I'll be the first officer. Everyone in the family's always been enlisted, and they say they did the hard work, but they are proud of me for taking the easy way. They say doing the office jobs.
It was kind of cool growing up with my father being a Marine. There was definitely discipline. It just taught respect and to never give up. My grandfather, he's a pretty big inspiration. He actually lost his right arm in Vietnam. He told me how he was really small when he went in, so it's pretty similar. There we can relate.
Where my parents actually met was Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, and that was when he was in the military. And so the places that you end up finding people,
1, 2, 3.
The military really brings you closer to people, and you find that the world is actually a lot smaller than you think.
Have the opportunity to play softball, go to the #1 institution for education, and to get an opportunity to develop as a leader of character. It's just the best of 3 worlds.
I think it's like very much a sense of pride, a connection I may not have had with them, I now do. Being here brought all of us closer even before we were on the softball team. So we already have a tie through the military as it is, and it's like a bond that you can't get anywhere else. It's hard to explain.
I think it's really cool that we have not only a goal to be a great softball team, but we know we're all going to be part of the military, and I think that's something special.
The Black Knights look forward to competing in the upcoming 2014 Patriot League Championship Tournament. For the Patriot League Network, I'm Melanie Plowski.